Hello, Taurus rising. Welcome to your February 2021 astrology and tarot reading. My name is TESA and you're watching my channel. Sometimes I look at the way that I look on this camera and it's really funny because you can see my knees and my legs. Like most people are sitting at a desk that's, like in a normal chair and a desk that's high, like a normal desk. But this is not a normal desk. This is my tarot table. And I actually made it myself. I don't know, maybe one of these days I'll do like a little YouTube video and I'll just kind of show you guys around my house because I'm a very creative individual. I like to have home projects. I like to be creative. I like to build. I like to, I don't know. I'm just like, I have so much energy inside of me and I'm always finding ways to channel it. And especially with like everything that happened in 2020, being locked up in the house, like I was just like channeling my energy in so many different ways around my home. So anyway, yeah, so my table is not like a normal height table. I actually do have a desk where I look at like my mail and really like this is like my tarot table and then I have like a different desk. But yeah, I built it myself and I have like little shelves down here where I keep my tarot cards and my oracle cards. Yeah, so like sometimes when I sit like this, it looks kind of funny because it's just like I'm a very tall girl. So the height is kind of funny. And this is like a beach chair that my dad gave me because when I first moved into this apartment, I had no furniture. So he brought me like a couple of beach chairs. So it has that squeaky kind of beach sound to it. I don't know. It's literally snowing like crazy outside. I'm in Chicago. Snow everywhere. And I live less than a block away from the beach, from Lake Michigan. So it's like I'm chilling on the snowy sand of my beach apartment. I don't know. Don't listen to me. I'm like literally just rambling right now. I drank a whole glass of orange juice and I've been watching the news this morning and like my brain is just like a mixture of like being pissed off and but also just like laughing to myself because I've just reached a point in like world affairs and in politics and just like everything where I'm just like laughing because I see right through the bullshit of like everything. Like I just see right through it. I'm sorry, but I just see through the bullshit. It's just like I can go on rants about it. I don't know, maybe one day I will. But I just like listen to some of these news anchors and these people on TV and I'm like, oh my God, people actually like believe every single word that comes out of your mouth. Anyway, okay, astrology and tarot, February 2021. I hope that you guys enjoy my little introductions, because I'm not a robot. I don't intend to be a robot. I'm a human being with opinions and viewpoints and emotions and feelings and, I'm just going to be me on here. And hopefully the ones who appreciate me for being me will stick around and hang out with me and learn some stuff, as I also learn some stuff. I love to learn. I'm like a forever student. I'm a student of life. So yeah, so I'm going to get into your astrology and tarot reading. Aside from my little rant, I just want to say that I have been working on a website. It's TESATABOO.com. It's not published yet, but I have been working on a website. I'm almost done with it. I'm just working on the blog portion of it because I am a writer, so I'm excited to have a blog as well where I can do like tarot scopes for you guys for all the zodiac signs, where I can talk astrology and any other like occultish things that I think are important and interesting. So I'm just figuring out that the way that they have their blog laid out, the design of it on this particular website is a little bit confusing. I'm having some frustrations with that, so I'm just kind of figuring that out, and then once I'm done with that, the website will be ready to go. I have my first blog post ready. It's a tarot scope for February 2021. And then I'm also going to keep up with these YouTube videos. The YouTube videos are, of course, always going to be a little bit different. I am a writer, but I do like to get on here and, you know, get more personal and actually communicate like in real life. You know, I'm not just a character on paper. I'm a real person. So yeah, that's what my YouTube is all about. There's this one astrologer that I follow on Instagram, and he made a really interesting video about the Pluto return of the United States. And one of the things that he was mentioning was how like sometimes people, all they do is like post on social media, but they don't actually like get on camera and film and actually put themselves out there in a way that, you know, can really create a relationship with the world through communication, through verbal communication, so people can see me physically. And I just thought that was a really interesting point that he made. I don't put videos on Instagram. I only write posts. So if you want to follow me on Instagram, I post a lot of my writings there and whatever else I'm up to. I don't really post a lot of videos. I don't post videos on Instagram. I don't go live. Like some people go live on Facebook or Instagram. I just prefer to stick to YouTube for that, at least for now. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens, you know. Baby steps. Yeah, so hopefully I'll figure out that website stuff before February. I'm also wearing Pink Floyd t-shirt. I've been showing it off in all of these February 2021 videos because I used to study psychology and I've always been a Freudian, and I kind of wanted to wear it because I wanted to talk a little bit about shadow work and how important shadow work is to our spiritual development, how important shadow work is even with tarot. You know, a lot of people who are afraid to approach tarot because it does have this kind of taboo stigma attached to it, usually is afraid to do it because they don't know what they're going to see. And that has a lot to do with our shadow side, okay? Our shadow side is the reason why it's such a taboo subject in our society, in our world, is because it hasn't been integrated, okay? It hasn't been integrated. The way that the shadow side has been coming out into society and into the world for the past like hundreds and hundreds of years is like through war, through fighting, through all, you know, when you repress and you repress and you repress and you push down feelings and things that need to be spoken, that need to be integrated, that need to be discussed or talked about or whatever, when you keep pushing it down, that energy starts to spill over in other ways, okay? It's kind of like Mother Earth is just like, enough, like you're putting, like when you repress emotions, when you keep dark and negative things hidden for too long, it turns into an explosion. Then everything explodes into all these different events, and now we have a pandemic and people are fighting and there's like wars around the world, and there's natural disasters, and all this stuff starts to come to the surface because Earth is like, you have been treating me like shit. Like you keep just pushing the dark side of your humanity into Earth, and I've had enough. So that's kind of like the metaphor for it. But as human beings, we work the same way, okay? When you push negative emotions, when you push negative things down and only show this like fake facade, you know, like, oh, you know, oh, I'm just happy all the time and whatever, and you just kind of pretend, there's no integration, and you're ignoring a very fundamental truth to our human experience, okay? And so that's why I've always backed up Freud. Like even when Carl Jung became this like huge trend, and Jung is still a trend, Jungian archetypes and personalities and his theories is such a huge part of our culture in the realm of like the collective consciousness and Like even in tarot, when we look at the major arcana, we think of them as archetypes, and that's all fine and great. And Jung is associated with spirituality and things like that, and that's awesome. Like I've got nothing against Jung, but I think that Freud is very underrated. I think that the shadow, our unconscious mind, our instinctual drives, our the darker energies that don't get worked through, is very underrated and unintegrated. I think that people just haven't figured out yet how to integrate that part of themselves, but it has a lot to do with society's acceptance of it. So before we can feel comfortable to express that side of ourselves, we have to feel like we're living in a safe environment. We have to feel like the world is going to be open to us expressing ourselves in this way. So, oh, I thought you had a question.
No.
Okay.
No.
Sometimes my grandma likes to stare at me for like no reason. Yeah, so my whole thing is, that needs to change, like bottom line. So that is why I like to focus on shadow work. That is why I like to talk about these types of things, because there's like some kind of, I don't know what it is, there's a fear for people to come out and talk about the things that they're feeling. People don't want to talk about their feelings. They just want to pretend like everything's okay. And it's an illusion. It's a mask. It's an illusion. It's not like real. It's not substantial. There's different layers to the human experience. We are not just this or just that. Like we are a lot of different things. Okay, Taurus. So that's my spiel. That's my Freudian, my pink Freud. And he's pink. Thing. All right, so I'm going to get into your astrology, and then we're going to get into the oracle and tarot reading. So for astrology, I have my little wheel here. So this is for Taurus rising, okay? Okay, so I'm just going to kind of go over the planetary transits that are currently in effect in our solar system and the areas of your life that they are showing their energy in, and then I'm going to kind of like start with dissecting the very, very intense, potent energies, and then we're going to go from there. So we have the Sun in Aquarius, we have Mercury in Aquarius, we have, so this is starting February 1st. So currently Sun is in Aquarius, currently Mercury is in Aquarius. On February 1st, Venus is going to be in Aquarius. On February 1st, the Moon is going to be in Libra. And then on February 11th, there's going to be a new moon in Aquarius. And on February 27th, there's going to be a full moon in Virgo. And then we also have Saturn and Jupiter in Aquarius. We have Mars in Taurus, conjunct Uranus in Taurus. Okay. And then we have, what am I missing? Oh yeah, we have Neptune in Pisces. Okay. And this is one of the energies that we have been experiencing for a very long time. Neptune has been in Pisces for a while now. Don't ask me the exact date that it went into Pisces. I don't have it written down, but it's going to be in Pisces, I think, for another like 9 or 10 years. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about this energy because it's really important. And then we have Pluto in Capricorn. Okay. So the biggest energies that we have going on is this Aquarius energy. We have a lot of Aquarius energy kind of taking place. We kicked off this new era of air energy at the end of December of 2020, and we kicked it off with this Aquarius energy. Okay, and in February, we're going to see a lot of this Aquarius energy really kind of unfolding. On February 11th, this is going to be the most potent. There's going to be 6 different astrological planets in Aquarius, okay? And Aquarius is the sign of change, of innovation, of technology, of networking with like a larger group of people. networking with like different cultures, different types of people. But it's also Aquarius energy is also division. Okay, it's also about getting in touch with your personal spiritual path and knowing like who you are as an individual on your own spiritual path and moving forward, because Aquarius energy is also very like divisive in the sense of there's going to be lots of different opinions. There's going to be different sides kind of fighting each other and going at it and battling. Okay, so Aquarius divides in order to unite. I know that sounds extremely contradictory, but every single zodiac sign has a light and a shadow. Okay, so the light and the shadow of Aquarius energy works in a way that is really it doesn't seem as obvious to people, but to some other people it's like really obvious. Okay, especially if you're looking at things from an objective point of view, it's kind of like it creates division because people start to realize who they are, what they stand for, so then it creates division, but then it also brings more together. Okay, so I'll talk a little bit more about this. So this is also kind of interesting when you look at the Neptune in Pisces energy, because Neptune in Pisces is boundless. It's like a stream of consciousness. It's like this dream world that just allows anything and everything. So when we look at the fact that we have Neptune in Pisces as the undercurrent, as the underlying energy of all this like chaos that's going on in the world, that is actually the energy that's pushing and moving us forward to go into a bigger dream, to go into, to like allow the lines to be blurred between those divisions so that more unity can be formed within those divisions. I hope that makes sense. So let's say we have the Aquarius here. So the Aquarius is the water bearer, right? The two water glyphs. Okay, and they're separated, they don't touch. But when we look at Pisces and we have the two fish that go like this, there's like a line that goes through it. So it kind of allows those two sides to merge together. You create a bridge between two sides. So that is what the Pisces and the Neptune Pisces energy will do. It's going to create a bridge between two opposing viewpoints. So that's going to be super important as well. Okay, and then we have Pluto in Capricorn. So this is just a complete death and rebirth and transformation of old societal systems and ideas and governmental structures and things related to work and career and things like that. Okay. We also have Mars conjunct Uranus in Taurus, and that's in your first house. Okay, and I'll talk about that a little bit too. So, you know, Uranus is the planet of revolution, of dramatic changes. Mars is the planet of action, drive, passion. Okay, so definitely and that is probably why you've been feeling very like anxious. I feel like Taurus energy has been in a very kind of revolutionary kind of energy in terms of revolutionizing their own means of making money, because you guys crave stability. You need security, stability. You want things to be beautiful. You want things to be safe and comfortable. Okay, so you're going to do whatever you can to maintain that. So if you got to jump on this revolutionary bandwagon, then that's what you're going to do. Okay, so with the bigger energies, the Aquarius energies, this is transiting in your 10th house. So this is in your 10th house of work, career, social status, all of that. So this revolutionary kind of energy that's playing out in your first house with this Mars and Uranus, it is really showing itself in your career. So when it comes to your career, when it comes to your work status and your social status, and things like that, you probably have this very like instinctual drive to revolutionize your career and things like that, so you can stay on track. Okay, the Neptune in Pisces energy is in your 11th house, and this is the house of dreams and wishes and networking and the collective. Okay, this house is naturally ruled by Aquarius. So the fact that you have your Neptune in Pisces in the 11th house, it's very like, you know, you are being guided by that undercurrent. You are being guided by that like stream of consciousness that wants to create bridges. It wants to draw those bridges. Okay, and then your Pluto in Capricorn is in your 9th house of higher learning, long distance travel, philosophy, beliefs. So it could be that your belief structure is kind of is kind of crumbling down a little bit right now. Your whole system of of what you think government and all that type of stuff to be is really undergoing some big transformations. Okay, so with the new moon, with the moon in Libra, on the 1st of the month, that's in your 6th house of daily routines. Just everyday activity, your health. So there probably needs to be a little bit more balance going on in that aspect of your life. Just establishing a better kind of schedule so you just feel a little bit more well-rounded and balanced. And then the full moon. Why did I put that in Leo? Okay, the full moon at the end of the month on the 27th is going to be in Virgo, and that's in your 5th house of creativity and good times, having fun. So you could really, you might want to plan a party. I don't know. You could feel really inspired around this time to create something new. Okay, let us get into the reading. I already hit 20 minutes. This is probably the longest kind of astrological introduction so far. I try not to go over 30 minutes in my videos. But, if I go over 30 minutes a little bit, it's fine. As long as I'm being informative. Okay, so I'm going to pull 3 cards from the Enchanted Map Oracle, and then we're going to get into the tarot. Okay, we have dry desert. Interesting. Slow and steady. Okay, so I'm kind of like feeling like maybe I overwhelmed you. Maybe all this information is kind of making you feel everything that's going on right now. Maybe you're starting to feel a little like, like debilitated by it. And then into the unknown. Okay, so it's just, don't worry, this is going to pass, okay? So if you're feeling a little like maybe just like dry and defeated right now, like, oh, what's next? Or, this is just like a lot, and you need to retreat because you have been on kind of like this warpath kind of energy a little bit in terms of like, wanting to revolutionize your work and your career. You want to move quickly. I think you're just realizing a little bit more right now that it's not necessary to move so quickly. It's not necessary to feel like, you need to be so forceful with everything. I think that you're seeing that maybe it's good to take a step back to really kind of like evaluate and look at things a little bit closer, especially because maybe you're not so sure. Maybe you're not so sure anymore, like where this is all headed. Where is this all headed? Okay. So this is where we need to start having faith in that Neptune energy, that there is an underlying theme here. There is a boundless kind of stream of consciousness that's trying to connect things. Slow and steady. So just really get in touch with that Taurian energy, okay? I know that Taurus energies, typically they like to take their time with things, okay? And there's nothing wrong with that. I've actually been extremely inspired by your guys' energy because I'm Sagittarius and we're just like flying off the seat of our pants all the time. We want to move quick. And this whole pandemic, being forced to stay inside and be in the comfort of your own home has like kind of forced me to appreciate, moving at a slower pace and just kind of like taking things in stride. So I've actually really been kind of tuning into your guys' energy a lot lately, which is really interesting. Okay. So you might just kind of be feeling a moment of, I feel like this dry desert is also connected a little bit to this whole 5th house energy, this 5th house energy, maybe you're not feeling very inspired right now. Okay, let's see what tarot says. I don't know. Maybe I had something to do with that. I don't know. I don't know. Knight of Wands. Sagittarius energy. Wow. Okay, so it's going to pass. Okay. Let's see. You have your Sagittarius in the 8th house of the unconscious. Okay, so you're gonna have a trigger. You're gonna have something is going to trigger you. It could be like, because it's taking place in your 8th house of the unconscious, of other people's money and other people's resources, sex, death, rebirth, all that type of stuff. Something is going to inspire you. You're going to get triggered again. Something is going to wake you up and inspire you to take action again towards your goals and towards your dreams and things like that. Okay, so no need to worry. Okay, you'll be back on track. If you are feeling just a little like lethargic right now and apathetic. Okay, we have the moon. The moon is going to be Pisces energy. Okay, so this is about that stream of consciousness. This is about trusting your intuition, trusting this pool of reflection. Like she's looking at the moon. She doesn't see the water down below, but she's crossing over that bridge. Remember how I was talking about the bridge? And when we really look at the glyph of Pisces, Pisces is like the two curves with the line going through it. Those are two worlds. Those are two worlds and creating a bridge between two different worlds, okay? So it's really about like getting in touch with your intuition, getting in touch with your that Venus energy that I know is in you guys. You guys are ruled by Venus. Venus is all about creativity, love, beauty. That is what's going to bring people together. Love, beauty, creativity, all that type of stuff. That's what brings people together. That's the bridge. And that is like that bridge, that's art. That's music, that's writing, and that creates the reflection, that creates what is needed within humanity so they're able to reflect on themselves so they can maybe get out of whatever, divisive, unruly kind of energy they might be in. It's all connected, okay? So we have that Pisces energy going on right there, that stream of consciousness. You can tap into it. Anybody can tap into that. Hope that makes sense. I know I'm kind of talking fast, but 9 of Cups, we have Jupiter in Pisces, more Pisces energy. Your wishes are going to come true, okay? Focus on the creativity, focus on the positive things, focus on the beauty, focus on that Venus energy, the love, the compassion, focus on the things that will bring people together, and all your wishes will come true. You're going to have an abundant, beautiful life. King of Swords, this is Leo energy, okay? So we have Leo in your 4th house of home, family life, childhood. Okay, so you could be feeling very inspired to take action around your house. You could be feeling extremely inspired to maybe guide your children towards the light, to show your children a more positive, beautiful, fun-filled future, to inspire them to want to create, inspire them to create a more balanced and beautiful future, a more just future, a more, filled with fun and romance and all that kind of like really heart chakra, solar chakra kind of energy, vitality, that vitality of life that, brings people happiness. Okay, that's Leo energy for you. And the King of Wands, he's like a shaman. He's like that forest father that guides his kids through the forest, and they're just having fun, they're like, they're collecting, branches and bones and flowers and random things, and they're just having a good time. They're just enjoying themselves. They're enjoying life. So if you're a parent, I really feel like this is a message for parents to just to focus on your kids and giving them that creative motivation. 6 of Cups, Sun in Scorpio. Okay, so we have Scorpio in your 7th house of relationships, partnerships. Okay, so you could be coming together maybe with somebody from your past. Maybe you're communicating with an old friend. Someone might pop in from your past, or someone is offering a partnership with you. It doesn't have to be like a marriage kind of partnership. If you already are in a marriage or in a relationship. It could be like a business partnership, or you could be like reconnecting with your spouse in a really innocent kind of way. Maybe something that you guys lost, maybe try to rekindle those deeper feelings of passion and innocence and just kind of like childhood, like kind of learning about each other all over again. And just kind of experiencing the joy of this partnership all over again. Okay, so it could be like an old friend that's coming up from your past, or it could be like a renewed sense of feeling with a spouse. The High Priestess is going to be moon energy. Okay, so this is once again just about following your intuition. Really trusting in the process, okay? Really trusting in your own internal process, trusting in your own soul, trusting that you're going to be guided much more by your own instincts in your own soul than you are by the outside world, okay? So really kind of trusting in the power of that the divine feminine, whether you're a man or a woman, but kind of just like trusting in the information that is being given to you through your spirit guides and through your own instincts. Knight of Swords to wrap up the reading. This is Gemini energy, very active energy, okay? And we have Gemini in your 2nd house, okay? In the 2nd house, the natural ruler of the 2nd house is Taurus. Okay, so the 2nd house is going to be about security, safety, comfort, beauty, things like that. And this is just you like taking action, just kind of like taking action, being very mentally aware, being very mentally acute, astute, aware of what's going on around you, and also charging forth in the way that you need to in order to get the things done that you need to get done. Okay, and doing it with a higher state of awareness, doing it with like an intellectual sense of, okay, it's time to just get serious here, okay? So Taurus, this is your reading. If it seems like I kind of like, really talked fast through this, I probably did, but I don't know, you guys are smart, so I'm sure you followed along just fine. This is your reading, so until next time, peace.